Indeed. Gautam, do stay with us one final time as we turn on to our next story. And the Taliban has introduced a controversial new penal code that effectively legalizes domestic violence against women, allowing husbands to physically punish their wives and children as long as there are no broken bones or open wounds. Signed by Taliban leader Hibatullah Akhundzada, the code sets different punishments based on the offender's social status. Husbands who cause visible injuries like fractures could face just 15 days in prison, but only if the woman can prove the abuse in court. This too could be a daunting process, as the new code requires the woman to present her wounds while fully covered and being accompanied by her husband or a male chaperone. The new code also harshly punishes women, with those visiting relatives without their husband's consent facing up to 3 months in jail. In addition, the code reportedly creates a caste-like system where punishments vary depending on whether the offender is a religious scholar, elite or middle class, or from the lower class. More severe punishments, including corporal punishment, are reserved for lower class individuals. Additionally, corporal punishment for serious offences will now be carried out by Islamic clerics rather than correctional services. The new penal code has replaced the previous 2009 law that aimed to eliminate violence against women, and rights groups are speaking out against it. Joining us once again is Gautam Mukherjee. It's now been around 5 years since the renewed takeover by the Taliban of 2021. There were hopes for a revisionist Taliban government when they first came to power. However, these reports very much coming out that women's rights are being infringed on once again in some of the most brutal ways possible. Gautam, what more can you tell us about this and how and if regional actors might respond to it in terms of diplomatic negotiations and ties with the Taliban government, as we're seeing some countries warm towards them slightly? Russia, for example, has already recognized the Taliban government as Afghanistan's official heads of state.
Well, India gets on very well with the Taliban now, even though it falls short of formal recognition as Russia has granted. We skirt around all this savagery because, to our minds, to the Indian way of doing things, this is absurd. It's extremely brutal. But if you want to deal with the Taliban at all, and we do so for both geostrategic reasons and because of our approach to foreign policy in the immediate region, where we try to steer clear of military cooperation, but at the same time, we've always cooperated with different Afghanistan regimes with aid and engineering help and roads and dams and even by building the Afghanistan, the parliament. Perhaps some of our ways will rub off on the Taliban as the time goes on. Where the wellspring is for such savagery is hard for the world to understand, the liberal world to understand, of which India is very much a part. It stems from a kind of fundamentalism that we can barely understand. But wherever possible, we are cooperating with them. And in turn, the Afghans are very warm towards India. They want us to use the Bagram base if we want. They want us to start industries and get into the mining of enormous resources that they have, if we so want. So we get on with them, but we skirt around these kind of issues because we don't know what to say about it. It's deeply embedded in their way of doing things, their clerics, their approach to women, which, let us remember, was not always the case. Afghan women were very free in the 70s, as they were in Iran. This is a wave of fundamentalism that has come about in this part of the world and created some bizarre consequences.
Gautam Mukherjee, thank you very much for joining us here on NewsX World. It's a great pleasure to talk to you. We now move over to some developments